in a previous video there was no way Cara Dune was done, and this is the last we've seen of her in The Mandalorian? You don't? You don't even know why YouTube recommended this video to you? Well, whatever you do, do not like, do not dislike, and do not comment. Any sort of interaction with this video, YouTube will push my videos for you more. You simply have to click away, then do the ... and say not interested. Do not interact. It will screw you over. I'm serious.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
Okay, so I love Cara Dune. I think her actress, Gina, is amazing, and I just knew she wasn't going to be done. We saw other shots from a trailer that we haven't seen in the show yet, and while that isn't anything new for us to see shots in a trailer that never make it into an episode or a movie, it was just something I knew. So anyways, Gina actually did an interview where she talked about how she is going to be coming back, and also about her tattoos, which you may have noticed. So first, let's talk about how Gina was told a big secret by Jon Favreau before she even began filming, and then you can tell me that she's not coming back. So she said, "Before I did the introductory scene, Jon told me a secret about my character, and it added so much depth to what her life has been like. I think she's a really cool character, and I think the sky is the limit with telling her story. When I read the script, I just felt like Jon wrote a little diamond of a character. I've been waiting for something like this for so long, and I love putting on the armor and thinking about the possibilities." So yeah, she wouldn't be talking about how her character has so much more to explore and this big secret if we weren't seeing more of her, and definitely more of her in The Mandalorian. I'm actually insanely interested in the backstory of her character, but speaking of the backstory of her character, she talked about the tattoo she has underneath her eye, which some of you have probably noticed by now is a rebellion tattoo. So on that, she said, "The eye tattoo has a much deeper meaning once we get into it. Obviously, it's a rebel tattoo, but there's much more to that story. So I'm excited for that." As for her arm tattoo, she also commented on that, stating, "I'd have to go back and do a refresher on it, but I think that comes from the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic War. I also think it came from one of the producer's sons who watches the Clone Wars or something like that. I think it's definitely an Easter egg that attaches me to those soldiers." I have so many crazy ideas of what her backstory is, so I don't know. I think I'm most excited to see her backstory, Baby Yoda's backstory, and we already pretty much know the Mando's backstory, so I feel like we don't need to go into that too much. Adorably, Gina was Jon Favreau's first and only choice to play Cara Dune, and he even named the character after her, which I think is absolutely adorable. Also, Gina seemed to be really afraid of Star Wars fans. She was really nervous that people were going to hate her or there was going to be a backlash because she assumed female actresses coming into Star Wars always get attacked. And I feel like she doesn't understand that the problem is, and what people get upset about, isn't that you're a female character. It's that you're a poorly written female character and you triumph and put men's nose in the dirt just to prop up women. I believe that's what a lot of people are getting upset about. Your character is very well written, very well acted, and nobody's against a strong female character. We've had those for decades. It's just when it's a shitty female character that ends up on top just because she's a woman and they want to push a girl power thing. Your character is definitely not a girl power thing. It was actually really sad because she was afraid to go out at Celebration because she didn't know how the fans were going to respond to her, and then when everyone was so nice and loving, she felt so amazing, and she just was really happy and relieved that people weren't going to attack her. So here's where she's talking about the fight between her and the Mando. "It comes to a draw at the end of the fight, so we both get our licks in. They're both battle-hardened warriors, and I feel like they both have an understanding of what they're dealing with. I definitely think Cara stands out in a way that's very different from someone like Leia, who's also very strong and independent. I think that's exactly what Jon wanted to bring to the Star Wars universe as far as my character. He wanted my arms to show, and I'm like, long sleeves! He wanted my character to be this new soldier of a woman, and he wanted her to have an impact. For me, it's been a way to embrace who I am, and if the biggest complaint is that I'm too strong, it's really a compliment to me. First off, I disagree that it was a draw. The Mando got his gun out first, and it just shows that he has a heart of gold that he decided not to blow your brains out. So I don't agree with it being a draw. I'm a little sad that she thinks automatically she's going to be attacked for being a woman. I feel like that's the media that has made that a thing, like, oh, Star Wars fans just hate women. I mean, there are probably some Star Wars fans that hate women. I mean, there's shitty people everywhere. But we just want well-written characters, regardless of gender. People can tell when you're putting gender politics into stuff. We're not actually stupid. Oh wait, I actually forgot to say that Gina right now is filming season 2 of The Mandalorian. That's how I know she's gonna be back. But she's also gonna be back in season 1, I swears. So she said this: after the Mandalorian season finale, I hope people have seen the growth of my work and the hard work I've put into acting. I always say this, but I still feel like I'm just getting started. She wouldn't say that unless we were seeing her again this season. So while we're definitely seeing her in season 2 because she's filming for that right now, we're gonna see her again sometime this month. And I'm down. Okay, let's end on Baby Yoda as we should be. So Gina actually talked a little bit about Baby Yoda as well. I learned about Baby Yoda when I read the script after getting the job. I think it was so smart of John and Kathleen Kennedy to keep it such a secret. And now everybody is absolutely in love with this little baby. When you're acting with it, you're just like, oh my gosh, it's insanely cute. These puppeteers gave it its own personality. It's a little actor. John once belly laughed and was like, no matter what, this little guy is going to steal the scene in every scene that he's in. Just know you're all going to be number 2 to this. That's our little star of the show, 100%. There's no stealing a scene from Baby Yoda. Although, you know there's eventually going to be a backlash against Baby Yoda, because you know when something gets really popular and everybody's like, oh, we love it, it's, I guess, cool to then be like, oh, no, I actually hate it, and then a backlash comes for it. It's like the cycle of the internet. It's weird to watch with things over and over again. Humans are like so predictable, and it's really sad. Alright, so did you like Cara? Are you excited to see her again? Or do you just hate female Star Wars characters because Star Wars fans are all sexist? Rawr.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.